On my last Dragon Ball Heroes explanation/discussion video, I talked about the evil Masked Saiyans and the ridiculous power-ups that they received from the upgrade of wearing the Dark Makai mask, or the Timebreaker mask, whatever you want to call it. And I briefly mentioned in that video that that was not the only crazy power upgrade that Dragon Ball Heroes provides us exclusively. We got to talk about the Dark Dragon Balls, which actually got second place in my poll for which Dragon Ball Heroes video you guys wanted to see most. So on this video, we're going to discuss the Dark Dragon Balls, not to be confused with the Black Star Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball GT. This is something totally different, but there are some similarities. Let's get to that right now.
Greetings everyone, Cell here. Subscribe to this perfect channel and follow Geekdom on the social media platforms. That will be all.
So what are the Dark Dragon Balls and what makes them special? Well, the Dark Dragon Balls are the centerpiece, the MacGuffin of a major arc in the Dragon Ball Heroes video game, as well as the Dragon Ball Heroes manga released in Japan. Now, as I said in the intro to this video, the Dark Dragon Balls are not exactly the same thing as the Black Star Dragon Balls, but it's easy to confuse them. Even I've gotten them confused in the past, because originally the Black Star Dragon Ball arc in Dragon Ball GT was called the Dark Dragon Ball arc by many fans because they are essentially Dark Dragon Balls. But no, the Dark Dragon Balls that I'm speaking of for Dragon Ball Heroes are exclusive to Dragon Ball Heroes and something that was introduced recently. And even though there is a resemblance to the Black Star Dragon Balls, they are not the same thing. The Dark Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball Heroes serve two different purposes. Obviously, much like the other Dragon Balls that we've known about throughout the entirety of the series, if you gather all 7 Dark Dragon Balls, you do get a wish granted. In this case, the dragon that you summon is known as the Dark Dragon, but don't get that mixed up with the one in GT. Again, this is totally exclusive to Dragon Ball Heroes, and this dragon looks more like an evil version of Porunga than the cigar-smoking giant blue one from GT. So these balls do grant wishes, but the other purpose that they serve is that these Dragon Balls can actually be assimilated or absorbed into a character and give them a ridiculous, huge upgrade in power. And while the concept is similar to what Omega Shenron did in Dragon Ball GT when he absorbed the Dragon Balls into his body to make himself stronger, these balls don't have to go into a dragon. They can go into anyone and give them a huge upgrade in power. Now, you're probably wondering, what is the origin of the Dark Dragon Balls? Where did they come from? Who created them? Well, they were created by, well, an evil version of Dende named Zeno Dende. That's right. Pretty much what happens here is that there is an alternate timeline version of Dende who has been turned evil by Towa and her mind control techniques for the purpose of creating these new sets of Dragon Balls. Now, these Dark Dragon Balls, unlike the Earth Dragon Balls, which spread around the Earth, and the Namekian ones that spread around Namek, and of course we have the Black Star Balls that go around the universe, and then the Super Dragon Balls that go to Universe 6 and 7, the Dark Dragon Balls go through space and time, which means that the balls go to different timelines. And you have to, in the game, go back to different points of the series in Dragon Ball. And obviously there's been changes made to the timeline, and you have to face off against an assimilated enemy, a previous villain from the Dragon Ball series, to defeat them and take the Dark Dragon Ball away from them before the Time Breakers, the Dark Empire, can gather all 7 of the balls again. If you've played the Xenoverse games, you're already familiar with this kind of, video game storytelling, having to go replay the series because Mira and Toa are screwing things up. It's the same thing here in Dragon Ball Heroes. It's really the same concept, except that the Dark Dragon Balls actually serve a story purpose a bit more than just, Toa going around upgrading dudes. This actually is more lore, but conceptually, it's kind of the same thing. Now, when the balls were first created, they were used to resurrect Mechakibura, which I've mentioned in the previous video. Mechakibura is the main villain of the Dark Empire arc in Dragon Ball Heroes. This is the arc that preceded the Prison Planet arc, and he's an old member of the demon race. he is ancient, and he is a very, very bad villain. He seeks to not only control all of time-space, but become a Supreme Kai of Time. He wants complete control. Prior to his appearance, Demon God Demigra was the main villain of Dragon Ball Heroes, at least for his arc. Once he's defeated, you would think that it would be the ultimate victory for the Time Patrol, but no, Mechakibura appears, the Dark Dragon Ball scatter, and we have a brand new mission, a brand new saga for our heroes to go through. Now, in the Dragon Ball Heroes manga, it's a little bit different because in the manga, Towa has been stealing energy from strong fighters, just like in the Xenoverse games, and revives Mechakibura with that dark energy, but he's really, really old. So Towa says, let's use the Dark Dragon Balls to wish for youth, which is totally a throwback to Demon King Piccolo, and he sends his Dark Empire back throughout the timelines to secure the Dark Dragon Balls, and it's up to the Time Patrol to stop him from doing so. Now, in the Dragon Ball Heroes manga, he does successfully make this wish, but what happens is, because the wish is so difficult for the Dark Dragon to grant because of the fact that Mechakibura is very old and very strong, it takes him time to actually complete the wish. So while this is going on, there's a battle between the Time Patrol and the demon gods who protect Mechakibura to try to stop the dragon from making the wish. So that right there is interesting, that unlike the other Eternal Dragons, if there is a wish that's very powerful, that requires a lot of power from the Dark Dragon, from Dark Shenron, it takes him more time to grant it. Whereas the other Eternal Dragons just do it right then and there. And what ends up happening is in the manga, he actually does get his wish granted. He does become youthful again. He completely overpowers the Time Patrol, and it takes Cronoa, the Supreme Kai of Time, unleashing the power of time to seal him in a time cage in another dimension, and she vanishes. So that's like a crazy finale to that story arc. So you might be wondering, how powerful are the Dark Dragon Balls when they assimilate into an enemy? Well, very powerful. Even though I still feel like the Demon Mask from the Time Breakers are way stronger, the Dark Dragon Ball upgrades are crazy. So here's pretty much the rundown of how it works in the game. The 1-star Dark Dragon Ball goes to Frieza, so you have to go back and replay the Frieza saga, except this time it's a little bit different because Zeno Goku is there with regular Goku. That was cool. 2-star Dark Dragon Ball is a replay of the Cell saga, which includes Zeno Vegeta fighting Cell and him becoming Cell X, which I will cover in a later video. Try to think of them as like levels in a video game. So anyways, the 3-star Dark Dragon Ball goes to Majin Buu, or specifically Kid Buu. The 4-star Dark Dragon Ball goes to Turles, who actually gets ridiculously stronger than ever. 5-star goes to Janemba, 6-star goes to Lord Slug, and the 7-star Dark Dragon Ball goes to Broly, who's already got a Time Breaker mask on, and then he becomes Dark Broly. Yeah, it's crazy. And of course, when it comes to Broly, him having all that power means you can't even control him, and we actually wind up seeing a 3-way fight between Broly, Mira, and this is transformed Mira with Toa absorbed, and Super Saiyan 4 Zeno Goku. This is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Is it wacky? Yeah, but it's awesome and fun to read. And during the fight, Mechakibura says that all 3 of them are evenly matched, so that pretty much means that Broly, Super Saiyan 4 with the mask and with the Dark Dragon Ball is equal to Super Saiyan 4 Goku Zeno's strength. Listen, power scaling Dragon Ball Heroes is going to cause nothing but headaches, and we have a lot of great power scalers in our fandom, and it's tough. Like, it really is tough to figure all this out because things just change whenever they want. People just get stronger whenever the game designers choose to make them stronger, so it's just one of those things where if you want to try to make sense of it, have fun, but don't lose any sleep over it because they're going to do whatever they want regardless of whether or not it makes sense. It's just the game. And I keep saying that, but people take this stuff a little too seriously when you have to understand that Heroes is just the game. It's a cool game. It fulfills fantasies of fanboys, but it is, at the end of the day, just a game. But I like the concept of the Dark Dragon Balls. It's a cool idea. It's like a twist on what Mira and Toa were already kind of doing with the Black Star Dragon Balls, kind of the way they look and the whole evil Shenron thing. You know, but it's just for Dragon Ball Heroes, and I do like the idea of them going back to different timelines. I really like that concept of having to go through time to face off against the previous foes again, but this time much stronger. And I'll probably end up covering some more stuff on this in the future. Like I might talk about Broly Dark or Cell X or really whatever the heck you want. Just leave a comment, let me know what you want to see, and I will try to give it to you. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and remember to subscribe, but also remember that YouTube is legit broken. So if you are not getting my videos in your sub box, actually type in Geekdom 101 into YouTube and you'll get all the new videos. I'm uploading all the time. Or hit the notification bell, but even that's broken. So searching for me manually might be the best option. Anyways, I very much thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.